Have you ever walked into a room and noticed how people react to you? Some are drawn in while others seem unsure. A strong personality is like fire. It warms those who appreciate it, but can feel intense to those who don't. In a world where many follow the crowd, standing firm in who you are is both a strength and a challenge. Some will admire your confidence, while others might mistake it for arrogance. But real strength isn't about being the loudest. It's about truly knowing yourself. The Stoics believed the only approval that matters is your own, built on self-discipline and strong values. But if you don't recognize how you affect others, you might misunderstand their reactions or question yourself. Today, we're looking at 8 signs of a strong, possibly intimidating personality, and how to use it wisely. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. None. 1. You value reason over simply going along with the crowd. While most people prefer to agree for the sake of harmony, you seek truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Picture this. You're in a group where everyone agrees just to keep the peace, but instead of nodding along, you ask questions, not to argue, but to understand. Some people appreciate your clarity while others feel uneasy. Why? Because many prefer certainty over the possibility of being wrong. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." You know that truth isn't decided by popularity, but by reason and evidence. However, being logical doesn't mean being dismissive. If not used wisely, clarity can feel like arrogance to others. Stoicism teaches that rationality should not be a weapon, but a guide. A strong mind doesn't force its way. It leads by example. Stay true to your principles, and your wisdom will be a light for those willing to seek the truth. 2. You don't need others to approve of your choices. When you stop seeking validation, you gain a level of self-control that few people achieve. You act based on your values and logic, not on whether others agree with you. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." True strength is trusting yourself, even if it means standing alone. Imagine this. A friend invites you out, but you say no, not because you don't care about them, but because you have something important to do or just need time for yourself. You don't feel guilty, nor do you worry about what they'll think. Your decisions are yours, and you stand by them. This confidence can be misunderstood. Some will admire it, while others might see it as arrogance. But as Marcus Aurelius pointed out, we all love ourselves more than others, yet we care more about their opinion than our own. Most people fear rejection so much that they conform to fit in, but not you. Stoicism teaches that real freedom comes from focusing only on what we can control. And other people's opinions? They're beyond our control. When you stop chasing approval, you live with integrity and peace of mind. But independence should not turn into isolation. While you don't need validation, you still value deep connections. Seneca reminds us, we should not live as if we're destined to live forever. Life is short, and relationships are important. The key is to listen with respect, but stay true to yourself. By refusing to rely on external approval, you not only strengthen your mind, you inspire others to do the same. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. 3. People with strong moral values don't try to stand out. They simply can't live any other way. In a world where cutting corners is often rewarded, those who refuse to compromise become a reminder of what others lack. They don't give in to pressure or temptation. which earns them both respect and, at times, discomfort from others. Imagine a leader at work who doesn't fall for flattery or manipulation. An employee who is used to avoiding responsibility suddenly realizes their usual tricks won't work. The leader's integrity forces them to face the truth. This is the quiet power of someone who refuses to trade honesty for convenience. Society often praises those who bend the rules as smart or practical. But people with strong principles challenge this idea just by staying true to their values. They don't go along with corruption or make excuses for small betrayals of conscience. Instead, they hold firm, making some uncomfortable. Stoicism teaches that integrity isn't about showing off. It's about staying true to your internal compass. Seneca put it best: "What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right." Real character is tested when doing the right thing is hard, not when it's easy. Of course, standing by your morals can come at a cost. People who prefer flexibility may see your honesty as judgment, even if you're not forcing your values on them. But as Marcus Aurelius said, waste no time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You don't need to explain yourself or persuade others to follow your path. True integrity speaks for itself. If your principles make others uncomfortable, that's their issue, not yours. A strong moral code isn't a restriction. It's a sign that you won't betray yourself just to fit in. It's not always the easiest path, but it's the one that leads to real peace, purpose, and self-respect. 4. Being comfortable alone is a quiet kind of strength. In a world where people constantly seek connection, those who don't rely on others for validation stand apart. They don't reject society or isolate themselves out of bitterness. They simply value their time and energy, knowing true peace comes from within. This independence isn't something you're born with. It comes from experience, disappointment, and self-discovery. Take Lisa, for example. She once believed that friendships would always be a source of support. But time and again, when she needed others most, they weren't there. One day, after losing a job she cared deeply about, she called a close friend for comfort. Instead of understanding, she got, "Oh, it's not that bad." At that moment, Lisa realized something important. Relying on others for strength often leads to disappointment. From then on, she embraced a new way of living, not one of isolation, but of self-reliance. She learned to stand on her own, not because she rejected companionship, but because she discovered she was enough. People who are content alone are often misunderstood. Their independence can be intimidating because it reminds others of their own reliance on external validation. But this doesn't mean they don't want connection. They still seek deep, meaningful relationships, just not ones based on dependency. They don't need constant approval, nor do they fill their lives with distractions just to avoid solitude. Stoicism teaches that real freedom comes from self-sufficiency. As Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." And what's more beyond our control than other people? Finding peace in solitude isn't a weakness. It's proof of someone who has overcome life's challenges. Like Lisa, you may have realized that the most reliable companion you will ever have is yourself. And when you no longer fear being alone, you become truly unshakable. 5. Think about the last time someone acted unfairly or made a mistake, but no one said anything. Maybe a co-worker kept missing deadlines, a friend let you down, or a family member avoided responsibility. You felt frustrated, but, like most people, you stayed silent. Why? Because speaking up takes courage, and courage is rare. Now imagine a different approach. You're in a meeting, and a colleague's delays are affecting everyone. Instead of ignoring the issue, you address it, calmly and constructively. You say, "I've noticed we're falling behind. Is there something we can do to help each other stay on track?" Your words are honest but not harsh. You hold them accountable without attacking them. And just like that, the conversation shifts. Even they acknowledge the issue. Stoicism teaches that truth matters more than comfort. Marcus Aurelius said, "If anyone can show me I'm wrong, I'll gladly change." The truth is what matters. Having tough conversations isn't just about work. It happens in friendships and relationships too. Maybe you've felt disrespected or taken for granted. Speaking up helps you set boundaries and protect your self-worth. Not everyone will like your honesty. Some may feel uncomfortable, but those who value integrity will respect you for it. Because in the end, telling the truth gives you something more valuable than approval. It gives you self-respect. So next time you face a difficult conversation, don't back down. It's a chance to show strength, honesty, and conviction. And in that moment, you won't just be intimidating, you'll be respected. 6. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Maybe at a family gathering where people are chatting and laughing until you arrive. Suddenly, things feel different. People glance at you, their voices lower just a little. You wonder, did I do something wrong? But you haven't done anything. It's just the way people react to your presence. Or maybe at a dinner party where conversation is flowing freely. Until you step into the group. People become more careful with their words. A friend approaches you, but they seem slightly reserved, as if unsure how to act. It's not that you're trying to intimidate anyone. It's just that your confidence naturally makes others more aware of themselves. You don't want to create distance. You want to connect. But sometimes your presence alone makes people hesitate. Stoicism teaches us that real strength isn't about being liked by everyone. It's about staying true to yourself, even when you're misunderstood. Maybe you've noticed that when you share your thoughts, people don't challenge you. Instead, they nod or stay quiet. Not because they don't have opinions, but because they feel your confidence makes it harder to disagree. It can feel isolating, especially when even close friends or family members hesitate to be as open as they used to be. But it's not that they don't care. They just don't always know how to engage with your energy. But here's the thing. Your presence isn't a problem. It's a strength. The goal isn't to make yourself smaller, but to use your presence wisely. Instead of toning yourself down, lead with empathy. Make space for others to feel seen. Show warmth without losing your confidence. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Your presence isn't a barrier. It can be a bridge, one that makes people feel safe, valued, and inspired in your company. 7. Have you ever noticed that when you speak, people pause and listen more closely? It's not out of politeness, it's because your words carry weight. Not everyone has this kind of presence. It's not about speaking loudly or often, but about speaking with purpose. Your calm tone, careful delivery, and quiet confidence make people take notice. Imagine sitting with a group of friends. The conversation is full of jokes and laughter until you start speaking. Suddenly, the room quiets. No one interrupts. Not because you demand attention, but because they sense that what you're about to say matters. It might surprise you. Even when you share a simple thought, the way people react shows that your words hold more influence than you realize. Stoic philosophy teaches that measured speech is a sign of wisdom. When you don't waste words, what you do say becomes more meaningful. Marcus Aurelius said, "Let your words be few and well considered." But this also comes with an unseen challenge. Some people might find it hard to engage in casual conversations with you, feeling like they need to match your depth. A friend might even admit they feel nervous speaking with you, afraid they don't have the right response. Without meaning to, your presence can make people admire you, yet hesitate around you. The key is to use this ability to bring people in, not push them away. Instead of always providing answers, ask more questions. Invite others to share their thoughts. Let them know their perspective matters too. True confidence isn't about dominating conversations. It's about creating space where everyone feels heard. Your words are powerful, but with that power comes responsibility. When used wisely, they inspire and guide instead of intimidate. Stoicism reminds us that real influence isn't about control. It's about encouraging growth and positive change in those around us. Use your voice thoughtfully, and you won't just be heard, you'll be remembered. 8. Being able to make quick, confident decisions is a key trait of a strong personality. While others hesitate, overthink, and second-guess, you assess the situation, make a choice, and move forward without doubt. This decisiveness not only helps you handle life's challenges, but also makes you a natural leader, someone people look to when they need clarity. Imagine this. You're out with friends, and no one can decide where to eat. Instead of letting the debate drag on, you say, "Let's go here." The food is great, and there's no wait. Your confidence keeps things moving, making life easier for everyone. But sometimes this same strength can feel intimidating, especially to those who struggle with making firm choices. Stoicism teaches that action, not hesitation, is a sign of strength. Seneca put it best, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." A decisive person doesn't waste time fearing failure. They make a choice, commit to it, and adjust if needed. However, directness should be balanced with tact. If not careful, you might come across as too blunt or dismissive. The key is to include others in the decision-making process while still leading with confidence. True decisiveness isn't about control. It's about clarity, courage, and the ability to act while others hesitate. Use this skill wisely, and you won't just earn respect. You'll inspire others to trust their own choices. A strong personality is not a burden. It's a gift. True strength isn't about intimidating others, but about leading with wisdom, staying true to your values, and encouraging those around you. Confidence should bring people together, not push them away. And 9, being strong and decisive doesn't mean being unapproachable. True confidence is not about overpowering others. It's about inspiring them. When you carry yourself with certainty, some people may feel intimidated, but that doesn't mean you have to shrink yourself. Instead, use your strength to uplift, encourage, and create space for others to grow. A powerful presence combined with genuine warmth is an unstoppable force. People will remember not just what you said, but how you made them feel. Lead with clarity, but also with compassion, and you'll not only be respected, you'll be deeply valued. 10. At the core of confidence is self-trust. The more you trust your own judgment, the less you rely on outside approval. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback. It means knowing that your worth isn't dependent on validation. Think about this. Every time you make a decision without overthinking, every time you speak with conviction, and every time you choose to stand firm in your values, you strengthen that trust within yourself. Over time, this becomes second nature. You no longer hesitate because you know who you are. So today, remind yourself, you don't need permission to be strong. You don't need approval to be confident. Trust yourself and watch how everything else falls into place. If this message spoke to you, give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more insights on confidence, mindset, and personal growth. Now, I want to hear from you. Comment unshakable and free if you stand strong in who you are. Stay true to yourself, keep pushing forward, and I'll see you in the next video.